Well, hello, and welcome to today's stream. We're going to be playing some Minecraft and talking about faith. What it is, what it looks like, what it isn't. Things of that nature. Let's just jump right in. Welcome back to thoutraid, a show about friends, gaming, and better ways of thinking. I'm Brandon, and with me today is the wonderful Dan.
It's me, Dan.
And we're playing some Minecraft, and we're talking about the whole concept of faith. This one is most of the topics, Dan, I'm realizing, is all about things that I'm kind of like presently thinking about and working through. Like just about every one of them. Sometimes they're what Tim is going through or what you're going through and learning. But most of the time, I'm pretty much just kind of sharing what's fresh on my mind and how I'm handling what I'm going through. Which I guess, in a way, it kind of gives, like, it kind of expands what used to be just Get Naked Mondays into just any day of the week, and we don't even have to consider it that I'm talking from my life, because I am and I also am not, both simultaneously. So, I don't know, it's just interesting, that whole thing. But no, today, as we're playing some Minecraft, and at some point Axe will be joining us too, we are going to be talking about the whole concept of faith, because that's really important to me right now, as I've had some multiple opportunities to need to have a little bit of faith in certain situations, lest I lose my sanity in the process, which is not good. Also, the last time I exited my house, there was a skeleton. It's not there. We're good. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to figure out what in the world was. I had some goals, but I don't remember what they were.
I think one of them was making the little lever pulley thing. That is probably one of them. Hard to guess.
I mean, yes, I'm sure that, but like, was that it? I don't know. I don't actually know how to do that. Maybe you could help me figure this, because I need glue.
Yes,
that's right. That's the next thing I need.
Yes,
and I think that's why I was working towards slime balls.
Yes, to make the glue, yes. And there's a way to make slime balls, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. To get these slime balls, dough and lime dye. Okay, I need cactuses.
Thank you.
It all comes
Welcome, Fearless.
down to cactuses.
Oh, so the cactus is what makes the slime. Got it.
Well, kind of. They're like the last piece of the puzzle that I need.
Okay.
So, do you want to go out on a desert finding adventure?
My brain just immediately goes to a butthole smelling adventure. What do you imagine?
You want to go on a butt sniffing adventure?
What was that from? Was that from Adventure Time or something?
I think that's a Game Grumps thing.
Never mind.
Pretty sure that's
But yes, welcome, Fearless. So I guess our goal today then is to find some cacti so we can get the necessary glue that we need.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
Oh, it's okay. We won't forgive you. It's fine.
It's okay.
Oh, God!
Yeah. Welcome. Your lateness is noted and deducted from your paycheck.
I'm not getting paid anyways. Wait.
Well, you never will with this kind of tardiness.
We're in an area that is hot in general, so some savanna, or not savanna, but desert can't be too far.
Yeah, hopefully.
But wait, wait, Dan, wait.
What?
I cannot swim as fast as you can row your boat.
Do you not have a boat? Are you not a man?
What? What is that? Here, I'm in the boat now. We're good.
Okay.
See,
Oh, God, wait.
oh no! He has a boat. Okay, we're good.
We're all boating?
We're boating.
We're all boating.
We're gonna go find a desert.
Boating for the desert. Do you guys have a sleeping bag with you?
I I
Okay.
don't.
Well, then that's good. Oh, wait.
Wait, two of us
I
do,
gave
right?
up my boat. Dang it.
Oh, well,
I am
guess
no
I'm-
longer the captain.
Here, I'll give it back to you. Oh,
Ooh.
there we
I
go.
row my own boat
There we go. All right, we're good.
with my friends.
Anyways, welcome, Fearless. Today the topic we're going to be going over as we're playing Minecraft is about faith. Because this is something that I'm kind of like presently really focusing on. As I've just had like multiple opportunities to need faith. Just regarding people that are close to me. What is it? Oh.
It's sleepy time.
Okay, I was like, okay. While you sleep, I'm gonna guard, because there is a creeper not too far from where you're located.
Save us!
Okay. I will protect, but I will also attack.
He protect and he attack.
So, yeah, the topic of faith is something that's really important to me. And it's something that I would like to say is something that my mom was first to really begin to teach me about. A little bit of my dad, but definitely my mom. Because first of all, we lived in Florida, where there's just terrible storms all the time. This place is beautiful. Also, there's a
here.
I know there's a dam.
It's
Oh, no.
a bridge, just like the most basic of bridges. Is there like a village here? No, I don't think so.
There's definitely stuff here indicating that there should be a village. Like there's a pathway. It doesn't really lead to much of anything. There's even like a little farm over here too.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the village got eaten up by
village-
the terrain.
It's got sniped by the mountains. In fact, it leads right up to this wall. Wait, unless maybe it's way up there.
Yeah, maybe it's way up there.
Ow.
And there's also like, yeah, I don't know. No, that is farmland. I see farmed land up there, so there's probably a village up there. Maybe
what I'm
they have
thinking.
cactuses in their chests.
Oh, well,
I'm going
welcome.
to climb the mountain.
Are you okay, Fearless? Like, is there, Grant, I'm just asking, you don't have to actually respond to it if you don't want to, but since you brought up that you were having a bad week,
I'm sorry to hear that, guy.
yeah,
That sucks.
I'm just wondering if you're okay. It's up here.
I was hoping that...
Ah!
Hold on.
I'm holding.
I'm using my my knowledge
ingenuity.
of Minecraft. Yes.
Ah!
Oh. All right, taking that bucket, climbing this one.
We're looking for cactus, but instead we will find a village at this rate.
Maybe. And if we do,
Oh,
then we will enslave them.
Oh.
I am
Yep, village is
course.
definitely up here.
shining beacon in the night. Look at it.
One torch. Oh, there's a golem.
Look at this random little spot of water that's not flowing.
And this, like, way high up village with what a view. Hello.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. So
I'm impressed.
there's vloggers everywhere. But
Vloggers.
does there be... There's YouTubers everywhere.
Everywhere.
They're vlogging like crazy.
I'm gonna take this pumpkin.
You can take whatever pumpkins you want.
I will.
Okay, good.
I will eventually make pumpkin pie out of it. I will also raid them for whatever hay bales they have. They're mine.
It's fine. I'm bringing up
Axeman
land.
found a friend.
Oh, you got a llama! Oh, how nice! I really appreciate how the villagers make all these things for us.
for us to take, and they don't protest.
They don't protest.
They're just like, you know what? You paid $30 for this game 20 years ago. You deserve this.
That is true. Fearless's response to my question was, yeah, just a little hurt. A lot of people betrayed me within the last few days or so. Never did anything wrong, and I just get blocked. I have been there. I have been there many times. Boy, do you not yet know me to know how much I have been there, Fearless. So my heart definitely goes out to you because that is painful. Yeah. And I understand that kind of pain. I have experienced the same thing between communities, whole communities, as well as individual people too. And I've talked about some of my process of going through that over the years as I've been hosting thoughtraid. But yeah, if you need... And again, you don't know me and I don't know you, so I have zero expectation with this. I'm just putting it out there. If you need a listening ear about that, and if you need any sort of like perspective or advice, I am here for that. And you are more than welcome to reach out to me, and I will respond as I am capable of. So yeah. Oh wow! Just what? Just go whee down on the boat.
Taking the boat down.
Oh gosh, being up here this high reminds me of the last time I was up here this high with you, and it did not go well. And it is also simultaneously one of my favorite highlights from my other Twitch channel. I was up here, Dan, and it was like we were in a chaotic world, so the map was all kinds of weird. And Axe came up here, and he was pretending like he was attacking things. In fact, he wasn't really doing that until like the very last minute, but he was like, oh, like there was a zombie or something, and then he hit me and pushed me off the ledge down like, I don't know, like 200 blocks to my death. And then he had the audacity to ask me if Jesus caught me.
Oh boy.
I'm like, no, Jesus did not catch me.
Wow, sounds like you're struggling with your faith there, Brandon.
Wow! Yeah, if I had faith enough, Jesus might have caught me from my way down.
So either the terrain generation glitched out, or
oh my,
there was a some sort of a terraforming experiment that happened here. The giants of old created their machines.
What happened? No, this obviously was unnatural terrain spawning, but still, it generated like we're not in a void. This, if you look at the map, it really did turn out this way. How and why, I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe because like the mod that spawns these things in hasn't been updated, and so it's just like, I'm gonna put this in here, but I don't know what to do.
I'm sure it's a bug in the mods, generation stuff.
Yeah,
that looks like a desert over there, but I don't know. Let me turn around just make sure that there aren't any cactuses. I don't think there are. It's got like, I think it's like a palm. There's palm trees is what they're supposed to be.
Oh yeah, this is oops. This looks like it's supposed to be a desert.
Yeah.
Oh, I found cactus.
What? You found a cactus?
Oh, you found one too.
No, I said what? You found a cactus.
Yeah.
Oh, I found one too. Here we go.
I got a sword. Okay, there we go. Put my sword into the wrong category. I don't know how I did that. All right, we're good.
There's another village over here.
Oh, another. Ooh. I will help with mining cacti.
Cactus.
We need the green.
We need the cactus.
If it wasn't for the existential build into the wall, block just missing terrain, error, terrain not found, this would be quite beautiful. It still is kind of beautiful despite that. But, oh, a baby zombie, where are you? With the rabbit.
The desert to temple as well.
Oh, I need to come
What
your way.
will we find? I need myself some diamondes.
Diamondes.
Yes.
Oh, someone's bed is in it.
Oh. Wait.
Let's see. Let me just.
I mean, it can only be either ours or the naturally spawning NPC.
It's like the village spawned midway through the temple, so it's just like a random tower in it.
Oh, I see.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm trying to find like. I don't know if this tower is. Like complete. I don't know if it's explorable because of how the terrain kind of added its own juice.
Oh god, there really is. Wow.
Yeah.
Just a bed. That's not normal terrain. Hello.
What? So in like, would we say in the lore of this village, they found this temple and they said, "Yes, we want to be close to the gods."
Yes.
They built their whole village into the temple.
That sounds about right. That sounds
Right,
about the smart levels of the villagers.
The almighty gods, which there's the center. Axe found it. Oh
No.
I don't think.
Oh
you
my
activated it,
God.
but that was close.
What?
He almost threw a block down on the pressure plate that activates all the TNT.
Oh!
Okay, I did not throw it down. It just fell down. Okay, get it right.
Okay.
I don't think I said it. Well, maybe I did. I didn't mean.
Did you?
I am coming close to doing that myself. I think I might have just saved your life. I broke the pressure plate like right before you landed. Let's see.
Some bones and iron. Ooh,
How do I get out? There we go.
I found a book.
There's
A buke.
speaking of more random stuff. They're like, oh, let's build into this, pyramid, and also let's take coal and make it a part of our building, huh?
Yes. Coal. We build with raw copper and coal.
Apparently.
You just take the bits. That was their way of trying to add little decorations to their buildings and make them look more appealing. Up the curb appeal, whatnot.
I give them a solid C+.
Solid C+. I say a flimsy D.
A flimsy D.
Whoa.
Rip.
I'll give him an E for everyone.
Okay. Everyone participated. There you go.
Yeah,
There's a lot
oh
of
my gosh.
cactuses in the chests.
In the windows.
No, in the chests. So I'm just like picking up all
Seen
of them
any
for you.
friggin' chests yet? I've been wandering around looking for the chests, but I couldn't find them.
Well, part of the problem is that every time I find a chest, I loot it. So,
Do you just break it? I'm not even seeing them.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't know where they're going then for you, but
Boy, I
Yeah.
just haven't walked in any of the right robes.
nope. Apparently.
Oh no.
Look at all this hail. Hey, hail. Hey. Look at all this hay.
Hail is a meteorological thing.
Yes, indeed. We can English.
I've been talking to the do good word my life. My whole life.
Yes.
Brewing stand, don't mind if I steal.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna mention that you were doing like recording today with Jared.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What? No. Why did you think that?
Well, it sounded like the way you were starting, it was like, I have been talking a lot today as I've been broadcasting or recording with
I see. No, we were gonna try to do something next week, but it's a super busy week with the wedding that I'm in. Plus, Colton and his wife are coming to stay with us again for that wedding.
Oh, okay.
So it's just not gonna work. But hey, I'll get to see. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen Colton in person. It's gonna be nice. And I've never met his wife.
Have I seen him I feel like I've seen him in person.
I don't think so.
How have I
think-
not seen him in person?
I think that I think we were like trying to plan. I don't think he's ever been to North Carolina, so there's that.
I see.
I think when you came up with me to Virginia, I think we were trying to like schedule it, or I don't know, trying to see him at that time. It just didn't work out.
I think it happened again.
To be fair, Swote, the pink shirt is a little bit pinker in real life than it is on camera. So right now, I guess it's just primarily blending in with me. But it is a shirt.
Yeah, on camera, it kind of looks...
It kind of looks like a skin tone. I was going to do a yellow shirt, but the problem with that one is that it was blending with the green screen slightly. And I was like, well... And then I made a quick decision, and pink it is. Next time, I'll have to have a better color. Anyways, hello, Swoot.
Yeah, you'll have to. Hall Christ or Hey Cursed.
Hey, Cursed. Christ. Hey, Christ.
Cursed. I don't know what that means.
Christ, probably.
Well, that's not what he said. Let's not assume.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Look at all these villagers. They're hanging out by the bell. I'm gonna scatter them. Wait, go to my camera for a sec.
Oh, okay, hold on. Here we go. I'm at it.
All right. Wait for it. Scatter! Run!
Run, you fool! Run from the indiscernible danger.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's an alarm bell for them. You know, in case the giant slicing god returns to slice lands in half.
The slicing god?
Yeah, how he sliced the mountain clean in half. The mountain that we passed by.
Oh! I see.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. All right,
Yes.
give me a high five without a sword in your hand.
What now? A high five?
High five!
Ow.
What is this? This house is... Alright. Well, I guess we got what we came for.
Yes.
So, it's time to go make some slime balls.
Let's go.
Woo!
Once I get to the boat, I'll resume my thinking.
Oh, I did not make that jump.
Can I make it? Let's see. Nope. I also cannot.
It looks
Oh,
like you
I'll
can
show
make
you
it.
how it's done.
Alright, hold on.
Alright, no, it's fine. Keep going.
No, that one didn't count. That one didn't count.
Didn't count.
Let's go. Redo.
Hold on. Here we go. Nope. I even cheated and I still didn't do it. Oh gosh. Ah! So bad. Alright,
Beautiful.
Nate, sleep
just
time
beautiful.
again.
Okay. Ow. Oh, hi.
Hold on, I got this.
I'm just
Oh.
sleeping out in the middle of nowhere. What? There's a campfire. That's so cozy.
Now it's a real experience.
Not that it helps me survive, but it is cozy.
And then, boop.
Perfect.
Alright.
All right.
Oh, there's more cactus. Let me grab it before we head back. Oh, I about jumped and took like 5 hearts of damage. Okay. Let me not go that way.
Ooh,
Ah!
ooh.
I did it.
Oh, God.
I figured out what you're talking about there.
Yeah, it's like a drop right into an abyss. It's just real bad.
Half my health.
I'm gonna get those cactus though,
Just like that.
and then I'm gonna join you. Hold on. This one's really interesting though. Hello.
How about a little bamboo? That's what I'm talking
And
about.
every
please.
single time, I always forget the stack and mods on. So I'm like, wait a minute, 67? How did that?
What?
This game's so glitchy.
No, it's just right.
It's just right.
I'm coming.
Daddy thought is shirtless.
Okay. What? Wait. Okay. We're good.
I thought you were in. I thought you were.
No, I wasn't. Now I am. We're good.
Got it.
Neat.
Come on.
Here we go. I don't remember if this is the right way. Actually,
I think it is.
Waypoint.
I have a waypoint for it, and it says my home right straight ahead, so we're good.
You know, I see a giant sliced land, so I think we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know, I do remember this. What is this? Coral? There's some coral
Okay.
beneath us.
Oh.
Oh wait, there's a sunken boat right over here.
What?
There's treasure?
Right here.
What?
I swim to the treasure.
Ooh. Hello. The sunlight in here, though, is beautiful. Oh.
Oh,
You go-
I
you
should have.
go to this-
I'm gonna go get the boat. That would have been a lot quicker.
There is nothing in that chest. What? There's just like a small. Ow! Oh, I'm suffocating. That's why. Okay. Like, why am I taking damage? I don't get it.
What happening?
Wow, I need to breathe. What a concept.
Why happened?
Dan, wait!
What happened? Ah! I was all glitched, stuck. Wait, did you get it? Is it over?
Well, I got the one at the random little temple spot, yes, but there might be more. I don't know.
Right. Whoa! Look at this weird pillar with lava coming out of it over here.
What? What? Who? I'm coming.
It's more sliced land.
Oh. Oh, God! Dang it! Why am I forgetting that I need to I need to breathe?
I don't know. Also, like, why don't you make a boat? I mean, it's fun. It's really fun to share a boat with you.
Because
But you,
when you
Yeah,
guys are in the
well,
process of boating, then I have the ability to think about other stuff. I don't have to think about moving anywhere.
Yes, we have to hold down the W key and slightly move our mouse every now and then. So it's a strenuous movement we have to do.
Look now.
it's a real thinky thing.
That's one extra process in my head that I'm balancing, okay?
Here, take this map.
You know, we have to. Ooh, there's a little barrel treasure map. Okay.
There's just potatoes and bad potatoes in here.
Yeah, but what about?
I'm gonna start suffocating again. Ow. Ow.
What about if there's other things? You know
I
what
mean, there might be.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna make me a door so I can survive.
What even happened to this place? Why is it...
That's not anything. Okay.
What happened to the terrain here? I have to see if, like, it just ceased to figure it out.
I'm telling you, there was some titan of old that sliced the
Leave
terrain
the
all to
land!
pieces.
And then just established a coral reef right in the middle of it.
Yeah, well, it's probably where its body died. It's probably where it died, and that's where its body rested and decomposed, which is what caused the coral reefs to be able to grow and thrive. Even.
I see.
Man, the
Yeah.
lore.
Like, get that whole lore drop going on
I
here.
love it.
Oh, God.
Oh, the dolphin!
Oh! Hello.
Why? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't know what he's doing, but
Lukewarm ocean.
We're in a... I wish it was hot or cold, but
Ain't no
instead...
ocean. This is just a lagoon.
Gosh. Wow.
Call me Mr. Lagoon.
So...
If you give a man a glass of water, says Swote, he's hydrated for a day. If you drown a man, he's hydrated for the rest of his life. However long that may be.
I know, exactly. He's not gonna... He's
It's like-
rehydrated, but for not
It's
long.
like, you're not wrong, but...
He benefits... It's like a diminishing return of benefits, though.
Right?
Oh, God. I'm gonna try and watch this on mobile hotspot. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, Roscoe! I
Yeah.
thought I recognized your name as Azui FM Puppet. What's up, guy?
Welcome.
You know
Coming.
Roscoe, right? Roskins?
Yep,
Roscoe?
I've met him a couple times. I remember him.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
If you remembered. Yeah.
So, the topic. I will get to it eventually. I promise. I swear. So, we're talking about today about the concept of faith because it's pretty important, but it's also pretty nebulous and what it means, I'd say. Because, like, I don't know. What is faith? Like, how do you define what faith is? Faith in something?
You're done.
You spin him right round, baby, right round.
There we go. I saved you.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna take this wood with me.
Anyway.
Oh gosh. It's gonna be harder talking about this topic today than usual.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
very
have to
unfocused.
I'm gonna have faith that I'm gonna get through this topic.
Wait, I don't think I'm going toward the waypoint.
No, I think you're going towards it.
It's a
Okay.
curve. We gotta go there.
Yeah, we'll come around it and then we'll
Just around the river bend.
yes. It'll be like a coursing river. And like that's two things. What is that one? The first one was what? Hokaponis? No,
Hokaponis, yeah, Hokaponis.
is
That was it.
I don't think that's what it is.
No,
Hokaponis.
it was
Pocahontas.
no, it's Hokaponis. That makes me laugh.
I'm making my own things. All right, okay.
I am my own Disney princess, okay?
Anyways, Pocahontas, and then we went straight to Mulan. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, I didn't. You gave me this treasure map, but I didn't even follow it. It's okay. It's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Where the treasure is, no one will know. It's fine.
It's just around the river bend.
The real treasure is faith.
The real treasure is the cactus we picked up along the way. Oh gosh. Every 5 to 15 seconds, it does this little buffering thing for a few seconds, and then it goes again, but it's not skipping. I'm hearing everything, just really staggering, so I'm just gonna be a slow learner tonight. Perfect. Slow learning is better than no learning, I guess.
You body blocking me for.
Just because.
Because I can.
Because.
I wonder if I could run there faster than you can boat there.
Well, you have my
make it-
boat, so it's likely.
Oh wait, I took your boat. Oh sorry. Oh, hold
It's
on.
okay. No, I'm gonna make another one.
Oh okay. I was gonna say it's not
You
a
need a boat, and I need a boat.
it's not a fair race if you don't have your boat.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But okay.
So faith.
Yes.
It's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. No, I wanted to talk about faith because, again, it's really important to me where I'm currently at. That's what I keep trying to say. Because, I don't know, I recognize faith is not just necessarily a Christian thing. I can speak about it from a Christian perspective, but it's not really a Christian thing. It's a people thing. No matter where you are, you have faith in certain things, whether you realize it or you don't. And it's a really important component of growth, because if you cannot have faith that something is going to turn out a certain way, even if it doesn't in the end, you're not going to really have the strength necessary to take steps to accomplish things in life. And that's something that's really important. And there's just a lot of different facets to faith that I want to try to hit on. I'm not going to hit on all of them by any means, but there's a couple of them that really hit me, that I thought was kind of relevant to this conversation. So first of all, I figured we could start about like what faith is and what it isn't, just to kind of begin with like differentiating between the two. And
Sure, yeah.
and Roscoe's like, Dan, I haven't heard your voice in forever, by the way.
Is it everything you remember?
Is it
everything you ever dreamed?
Is it everything you ever dreamed or hoped for? Oh, that's right. I was working in a barn last I was here, and a chicken moved on its own. How nice!
Chicken's like, I will donate to your cause.
I will donate one me to your cause.
One clucky boy.
So, from a Christian perspective, and like I just mentioned a moment ago, faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things not seen. So defining it, it's what you're hoping to have happen, or that you believe is real, essentially, and that you're taking a step forward in before you actually see it happen. So fate doesn't necessarily mean that this is something that I know exists. It is more so the assured hope that it exists when you can't see a thing happening. So I guess like a really easy, direct example of that is gravity, because you can't see gravity, but you have faith that it's a real thing and that it exists and is constantly enacting upon you. And most of us are not going to experience life without gravity unless we have a lot of money or a great opportunity to go on a trip above where the gravity starts affecting people.
That Bezos money.
Right. And I think most of us really do not have that kind of... I don't. Maybe one day I will, but right now I definitely don't have that Jeff Bezos money. And the technology to get us to space is still pretty expensive. So I have not experienced that. You just put 2 campfires on the 2 ends of my house.
No.
No, I literally am watching you to break down Deep Slate.
No.
Oh, there you are. Hey. Oh, that's my horse. I was looking for it. Okay, see it.
Okay, wow, there's your horse. At least it looks good. I'm not removing it because it kind of looks good. So it lives for today.
Like
yeah, I know. Oh, hey, now you have diamond armor. Nice.
Yeah, I found diamond horse armor in the temple.
Sweet. Oh yeah, that's right. I need the glass. Cool.
Slime balls.
So it's
it.
the hope for something that it's something that you hope exists, essentially. Like there's no real guarantee that it does or does not exist, but you're hoping that it does, and you're taking actions in that direction before you see a result. And there's a lot of things that I think we take for granted, but are actually something that we really do have faith exist or works a certain way. Like a lot of education that we get. I realized this a couple years ago. I realized suddenly that all of our knowledge is hearsay and paper thin, just about. Like, I have to accept that the book that I'm reading in, school, grade school, and college actually has any bearance on reality. Some of it I can verify. Like, if I look at 2 objects and I put them together, now I have 2 objects, so like 2 separate objects, add them together, boom, okay. That's, I can verify that 2 objects together are 2 objects. But there are some other things that I can't necessarily verify, either because I don't have the money to verify it, like, again, like, something simple as, like, not having a microscope to inspect bacteria. I take by faith that it exists, but until I look through a microscope, I don't know. I really don't have any kind of understanding on that as more direct as a scientist would. I'm not saying that bacteria does not exist. I'm just using it as an example of something we know is there, but we don't really necessarily see easily. But if someone were to tell me tomorrow that the president of the United States is Joe Biden, until I actually see him physically on the television in some place, and even then nowadays with stuff being altered, I don't really know. I take it by faith that he's the president of the United States. I haven't actually seen him in person to know who he is. There's just a lot of different things. It's small, it makes sense, duh, we know these kind of things, but at the same time, most of us are probably never going to meet Joe Biden. Most of us are probably never going to meet Elon Musk. Most of us are probably never going to meet the president of China, whatever. There's a lot of things that we kind of accept naturally, that this is just how it is because we seen a video about it, we read about it in a book, someone told us, but in reality, that's about how deep most of our knowledge is going to go on a lot of different things. And I have to accept it by faith, whether I realize I'm accepting it by faith or not. And that just kind of hit me a couple years ago, just because I used to get really, really flustered when someone came at me very, this is the way things are, and they're coming at me super confidently, and it would stop me in my tracks, and I would think, wow, I'm really dumb. I really don't know these things, or this person is so much more knowledgeable than I am. I shouldn't be speaking on this subject. But then I realize there's so many things that people think they know, but really they haven't gone out to experience it for themselves to truly know. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, that gave me a new grounds to accept or deny information coming into me, or coming at me, because I realized, okay, cool, if someone says this is the way it is, and they're being very angry and very aggressive, I can accept it if I want to. I don't have to accept it. I don't have to feel bad because it seems like they know so much more, because really, honestly, it seems like the people with the loudest opinions also simultaneously have the least amount of, information regarding the thing. And they just kind of take on one thing that they're really, interested in, and like, that's it. That's the way everything is ordered and reality works. And I've just kind of realized that.
Some people are very good at using confidence to pass off opinion as fact.
Yes. And it's just faith is the tool and method I've gotten to understand this concept, because since I understood that faith was just me believing in something I can't verify, and just, stepping out and taking actions until I see if it's real or not real, having that understanding when I encountered people now, after realizing that with these strong opinions, it kind of helped me realize, okay, wow, they're also stepping out on faith and a lot of stuff. And especially when I started to encounter people that are really confident about something that was definitely not, there was no basis for it in reality, it was like, okay. And so a lot of people, the problem is, there's a lot of people that kind of put too much into the basket of their faith on a certain subject, and in the process hurt themselves and others. So there is a pitfall when you can have faith in the wrong things, or too much faith in something. So that faith is not the do-all and end-all, that we should just strive to have this and never have a moment of lack of confidence in our life. There is a need for humility. But nonetheless, what it is again just the belief in something you cannot yet verify, and just kind of like taking action steps in that direction. And something that really has helped me recently, and this kind of came from one of my close friends, Eric. There was a moment where he helped me kind of recently differentiate between two different types of feelings. Because there's things in life that we have faith about, but we don't always feel like we have faith about. Mm-hmm. I don't really remember the exact wording that he gave me, but I remember the concept, because as I was talking about, faith has been really important to me recently, because I've been going through this situation where God has given me some promises about something that's really important to me that I at the time didn't really see evidence that what he said was going to happen. And it was a very scary thing for me. And I was talking about this one day with Eric, and he was like, and I don't remember exactly how he put it, but it was essentially do you believe this? What do you believe what God is saying? Or something to the lines of like, is it just a feeling kind of thing? Like, do you not believe what God's saying, or do your feelings not believe what God's saying? That's closer to what he says. Still not exact, but it was enough to get me thinking. Because I realized faith is not necessarily confidence. It can produce confidence, but it's not necessarily confidence. Because, and that goes to the same line as courage. Courage is being completely afraid, but still going forward anyways. And I think faith is the same way. You don't have to necessarily feel confident in what you're stepping on in faith in, but the Bible talks about if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains, which means if you even have the slightest bit of faith that something can happen, you can still go out there and make stuff happen. Like, whether it is, going and finishing a project you've been wanting to do the longest time, or having a conversation with somebody that you were kind of scared it will go wrong, but you have enough faith to believe that it won't. Anything that you can think of, if you have even the littlest bit of faith, you're still able to accomplish it. You're not deemable as faithless because you doubted in the process. That's not what faith is. Not that fragile, is what I'm learning due to the way that Eric kind of stopped me and asked me those questions, and it just hit me in a really deep way of okay, cool. Yeah, I don't necessarily feel like I believe what God says, but I'm also not discrediting what he says either. I do have some faith that what I heard, I believe is God, and I am going to take steps in that direction while I don't necessarily understand in this moment. So that really hit me.
Yeah. That's a perspective that I haven't thought about. I haven't really heard before either. And it's making me think right now.
It's much more peaceable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard, I guess, I've grown up in a Christian environment, and so I've heard a lot of people talking about faith and what it is. And I don't know, from what I've heard people talk about it does kind of, sometimes people can view it that way, where it's almost like this fragile thing that if you don't, poopy, my that if you don't, I don't know, hold on to it just right, or if you're not, confidence is a big one. Like, if you're not totally confident in whatever, then do you really believe it? And that's good.
And maybe it's not that fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that I do believe that momentarily I do doubt it, but I'll give you again another for instance. I think I can talk about this because now it's been a while, and I think Eric has kind of come to terms where he's currently at. But simultaneously, Eric has been kind of going through his own process of figuring out God, who he is he who he says he is, all that kind of stuff. And that's been really hard for me because Eric is a very close friend of mine, and it's the first time I've had a really close friend go in a different direction than I would feel comfortable having a close friend go in. And because I've had other people that are a little bit more distal walk away, and I had one close friend that previously did walk away from Christ, but it was much more toxic than him by a long mile. And so as he's been going through this process, a lot of my own faith has been tested. Do I really believe what I say I believe? Okay, that's cool. Welcome to the present again, Roscoe. But anyways, as he's kind of go through his own doubting, I've had to go through my own, and re-look through the things that bothered him, and okay, do I believe these things? Do I not believe these things? And I've kind of come out really stronger for it, because I've realized I've spent so much time building faith in that direction for the things that I believed, testing it too. I really do feel testing your faith is very important. And it's something you can't necessarily make happen, per se. You can put yourself into a place where your faith gets tested. But oftentimes, God will do that for you. So I guess in better ways, it's good to allow your faith to get tested, even though it's super scary to do that. But but I've come out stronger for it, because I've had to like re-examine things and say, okay, do I really believe these things? Because I really feel like, here's another thing. Faith kind of, faith grows. It's definitely something like a mustard seed. It has the ability to grow, and you can't force its growth. Like, you have to let it go through the storms. You have to let it go through the questions. You have to let it go through opportunities to come out the other side and potentially lose it for it to grow. Because it's just not, you can't force it kind of thing. Like, you gotta talk about it. You gotta get, like, add more to it. Like, you have to, like, build into it, because occasionally, stuff will happen that will test that faith. And like, with the whole thing that Eric has gone through, my faith has definitely been tested in the process. And because I've spent time and I've allowed myself to have questions, to question my own faith, to test it to see if it's real, to not run away from the hard questions, when his questions popped up, which would hit closer to home, I had more of a ground to stand on than I would have if I had given up on my faith sooner, or specifically not allowed it to have its chance to grow, not allow it to, like, be tested and go through, different things. Like, it's been tested about silly stuff. Like, I remember when there was Civilization 5, not that long ago, and unscrupulously, Civilization was just, like, blatantly, like, talking about, like, religion as, like, something that was to be discarded or something. Like, it was, like, some kind of, made-up whatever thing.
Like something that civilization evolves out of. Right,
kind of thing. And it just really rocked me for some reason. Like, I was just like, oh no, what do I do? And I allowed myself to kind of go through that. And I guess another thing, like, that kind of helped with faith is that faith does require also, I think, a little bit of trust too. Like, I've said this multiple times to God. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pursue you no matter what, kind of thing. Like, I've tested and seen that you're good. If this causes me to kind of get rejected by everyone, I'm still choosing you. I feel like this is just a better route for me. So I've walked upon faith regarding God, and I've just kind of, like, I don't know. I've both allowed it to be tested, but I've also allowed it to, like, to give it a chance too. I'm thinking of these things in my head. The words are not coming out the way that I want them to come. This is why I'm, like, pausing right now, because, like, I have these, like, this is a concept that's, like, strong in my head, but I can't think of eloquent enough words. I need help. Huh. Because at the same time, I feel like I'm kind of, like, looping in circles. Like, I have the concept, but, like, it's not coming out quite the way that I want it to. Either way, it's not going to come eloquently, so I guess I'll just stop with that. But it's essentially, I've allowed it to go through testing times. Faith can withstand storms if you let it. And it can really show you how much faith you truly have in something when you go through storms. But it also is something that can require, again, I guess you could say stepping out on faith, like friendships. Like, in order for a chance for also, I think, faith to grow, what is faith? Is giving it the, like, benefit of the doubt, too, when you go through situations. Like, thinking of like I think this is like the direction I'm wanting to go with this. With friendships, there's a lot of faith that's involved with friendships. I have to have faith with a person that they're not going to backstab me, that they're not going to slander me, that they're not going to gossip about me or harm me in any way in order for me to form a true, meaningful relationship with someone. And I think in the same way, like, when you take a, like, having faith in something is kind of walking out believing that this thing is correct, even though there could be evidences sometimes to suggest that it is wrong. And you have other people saying, oh, you're insane, oh, you're a terrible person, or whatever. Like, sometimes it requires, like, sticking to something beyond everyone else's expiration time, too. I think that's what I've been trying to say with the topic of, like, stepping out on faith, and, like, having to put some trust into something, even when, you may not want to in the moment, when it feels like this is really dumb. Like, civilization right now is telling me that religion is, like, something for, like, the weak-minded or whatever, and I feel insulted by this video game, what do I do? Kind of thing, like, oh, I'm not gonna just, like, immediately give up, you know, but I would continue to move forward from that moment. I don't know, I've been talking a lot. I wish to stop for a moment, because I someone continue. Even if you're there, though. Now I wonder if you're there.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I kept, like... Anyway. I was laughing at what you said. You're like, I wish to stop. I was like, oh, okay. Someone else say some words now.
I'm like, Because I have more thoughts, but I want to build it off of other people's thoughts. Because I work best that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean... I guess... So... No, faith has been a weird... It's been a weird thing for me, is like, in my life, I guess. It's been hard in a lot of moments, because I've sort of grown up in an environment expecting me to always have it, and to not falter in it. And like any kind of like anything that looks like it could be faltering, like what you were talking about earlier, loss of confidence or whatever, was kind of like frowned upon, you know. So yeah, so I think what you just, I'm still thinking about what you said a minute or two ago, like, just because you don't necessarily feel something doesn't mean that you've stopped believing it. Like, you can still choose to believe something even when your feelings are not really, you know, not really there. They're cooling on it.
Right. Right. Because, like, I've also seen it where people will be like, they'll change their beliefs, and I'm doing air quotes, so you can't see me make air quotes, but then when they're not being observed, they go right back to what they did before, as if they never did. And so I've just kind of recognized that, like, you know, there are people that, like, they still believe what they believe, like, it hasn't changed. There's no, a person will act upon their faith, and so, like faith, yeah, faith comes with works. Faith comes with actions, and you can really, I guess, if you're trying to depth charge what you actually have faith in, I think a better way of looking at it, rather than how I feel, is what am I doing in that moment.
Yeah.
So, like, a good way of discovering, because, like, for instance, with my faith about this situation I'm going through, yeah, there's moments where I don't believe I heard God, but I am actually taking action each day to increase my faith in what I think I heard God say. I'm talking to God about it. I've been talking to you guys about it in our accountability group, and so I'm taking a step of faith. I do believe it. I'm just working really hard to like integrate that more and more as I and I'm not doing it foolishly either, because I am keeping my eyes open to see, well, okay, maybe did I get this wrong? So I'm constantly putting it under scrutiny, but I've seen enough evidence that I'm not just like recognizing I'm walking with blind faith, like completely ignorant and just I want to see what I want to see in this situation.
Yeah. No, I think another thing that over the past few years, maybe, I don't know, but recently, that God has been trying to kind of communicate with me is that, like, faith has so much more to do with the person that you're putting the faith in than I think I've realized. So, like, if I don't know, well, I mean, if I don't know you very well, and you say, you know, no, I'm going to, like, my car's out or something, you know, I don't know you that well, but you're like, I'll pick you up. You need to be at this place at a certain time. I'll pick you up. It's like, especially if you're a total stranger, my faith in you is going to be almost nothing. I'm like, no, you're not. Why are you even saying this? Like, you don't know me. Who are you? You know?
Yeah.
I would be very skeptical. But knowing you as well as I do, if I was in that situation and you told me that you would give me a ride, I wouldn't doubt it. I would expect it. So, like, the person involved, the person that you are putting your faith in, has a huge part to do with the faith itself, you know, the trust itself.
One could say that faith and trust are synonymous.
I think in a lot of ways, yeah. So the thing, though, about that is I think that both words, both faith and trust, I think we use them in a lot of different scenarios where it could just because we don't necessarily have other words that fit better. You know, it's like the word love. We use the word love for so many things. You know, oh, I love that song. Oh my God, I am in love with this person. Those are two very, very different things.
Yeah.
But we don't really have a good way to like distinguish between those two things. You know, one is like I have a strong preference and attachment or whatever to the song. The other one is like I like need this person in my life, you know.
Also, it's saying you have a romantic attraction to this person, which I do not have towards the song.
Right.
I am not aroused by this song.
I don't have feelings of romance, you know. So I think faith and trust are the same way, you know. I feel like we use those words in. Oh, what is this?
Hold on, let me come up to you.
Oh, I just walked out.
Let me come down to you.
Oh, cactus. Oh.
Yep.
Well, thank you, I guess.
You're welcome.
I appreciate. I'm still trying to figure out this thing. It's being harder than I thought it was going to be.
It may have to be made like slightly off to the side of the building rather than directly above where you're at, so that way you can have, because like what I think has to happen is you have to have like a, I don't know, let's just use like a one block and then blocks around that block, and then you have to glue it to that one block, and then it will move that up and down. So if you have it move up and down here, it may grab a hold of something. Well, actually, I guess yeah.
Well, yeah, the way I'm building it to be far enough out that it won't grab anything else. And plus the glue is what actually would make it grab other blocks.
Yeah.
But it's super slow. I've tried to add some gears to speed it up, or cog wheels. It's sped up a teeny bit, but still very slow.
Oh,
and then the other thing is like to be able to to be able to like access the up and down function, you'd have to be at the top of the tower, which doesn't work great when you're at the bottom of the tower.
I know.
You can link. There's like a redstone link thing, so you can actually have like wireless redstone with Craig.
Oh,
so you could have like a button down here linked up to that. So you can just
shoot!
push it.
Redstone link. Look at that. Crate mod, you thought of everything.
Yep. So they have that feature, and then it to get it to go faster or smaller is a combination of big and small cogs. So like it's
so
not just more cogs, but it has to do with the ratio of whatever.
I keep switching it, passing it from big to small to big to small.
Yeah, there is a thing you should create called speedometer. What is speedometer?
Oh, I get it. You got to create it. Huh?
Accelerator.
Yeah.
A speedometer. Yeah, make that, and then it'll tell you its speed when you put it on the edge of a shaft, and it'll tell you how fast it's going, rotating.
How do it'll just tell me how fast it's going, but it won't tell me how to get it to be faster.
Yeah, but again, it has something to do with like small and big cogs. So like, I think there's some kind of way of Zap. There's some kind of way of
what's up?
Like a combination of small and big cogs to make it go faster. Like a small cog on a big cog makes the bigger cog go faster, or something of that nature. Oh, you had basketball. That's fun.
Very helpful.
What's gonna happen? Oh. Oh,
God. I didn't think it would do that. Oh.
What? It
started crushing his head, and then it pushed him out.
Here, let me make this more safe.
I like my axe juice with no pulp, please.
There we go. Glue. Boink. Glue. Boink. Now it should. It did not.
You gotta put it on like the side that you want it to.
I glued my lever. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't base my schedule around your free time, Zap.
Next time we'll do better. Okay, there we go.
There we go. That looks like it did its thing.
All right.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
It's kind of. It didn't really.
That did not.
Hilarious.
Ow.
You were just like, yeah, it works. Here I go. I'm gonna keep running.
The perpetual motion just kept me going.
I have an idea.
It needs more platforms, Dan.
Pull me up.
Make a link.
Oh god.
Oh, it's working.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Woo! Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Oh, okay, bye.
I guess we're going this way now.
Yep.
What are you wearing? What is that?
What?
Backpack?
Yeah, my backpack.
Oh. I haven't made one of those yet. I'm sure it'd be very nice and good.
It is very useful.
Man,
So-
we're messing with stack sizes, we're messing with
Everything.
inventory. We're doing it.
Is there another portal? Do we have one?
I don't think we've made one.
No, we have not made a portal to hell yet.
Alright, cool. I gotta go to hell real quick.
Okay.
I haven't found enough obsidian. I haven't found any obsidian, I don't think.
So anyways, Roscoe's saying, I agree with what y'all are saying. I think there is a distinction between faith, and trust. They're similar. I think trust is based on what you've experienced and know. faith feels a bit different. I think faith is more the Lord calling you to something, or being in a situation, or be put in a situation where you need the Lord to come through, and your circumstances and what's going on around you is telling you that He won't come through for you. Like, you don't have the money to do something, then the Lord provides, but your trust and faith grows in the Lord the more that happens. Yes, no, the conversation does not vanish when you arrive, Zap. We were working on something when you arrived. So, and that's kind of what derailed us this time. But no, Roscoe, I would say, I don't know, I view it much more closely linked, because, like, I guess it doesn't have to be entirely linked, because you don't have to have complete trust in order to have faith in something. And trust builds with time, but the more trust you have in something, the more faith you're going to have in it too. So it is closely linked, but it's not like it's direct. It's not like it's the more trust I have, the more faith I have, or the more faith I have, the more trust I have. It's just very, very close, I'd say. But I think it's interesting, Dan, that you're talking about, like, faith has more to do with the person than it does... you say it had more to do with the person than it does or depends on the person than it does the action.
Well, okay, it's like, where I was kind of going with that is, you know, obviously in any religion, but especially in Christianity, you know, the topic of faith is going to come up a lot. And in the, where I've heard that conversation being talked about, you know, it was like, have faith. It was almost like faith became the thing, and like faith became the ultimate thing to shoot for, and it was like people forgot to include God in all of that. You know?
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Does that
yes.
kind of make sense? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's weird because it doesn't seem like that should be able to happen, but it felt like it did. You know, it felt like a lot of times we left out the whole point of Christianity is that the person, you know, that God is a person who cares for us personally, and yeah, and it's like that feels like that gets overlooked often. At least where in the discussions I was around, and I've been around growing up, that kind of thing.
I would be a Christian, but I don't have enough money for Christianity Premium, and I don't want to watch ads. What? What kind of Christianity are you talking about? There are no ads involved in Christianity. Wow. I think, yeah, that's another reason, though, to explain, actually, that's another reason why I have faith as I have faith, because of the relationship aspect. I have had multiple times where I've had to have conversations with God about what He said to me, or what He said in His Word, and I've had the conversations with Him directly or with other people, but ultimately, it is through that personal interaction that I've come to where I've come. It has not really been developed in a vacuum without actually talking with Him and other people about my faith.
It's almost like, it feels like sometimes it's like the virtue of having faith became more important than trusting in God, you know? That's how it's felt. That's what I've seen sometimes.
You know, I can see that. I mean, we both went to the same church for a period of time, and in that particular church, there was, like, almost like this prevailing belief that I've kind of stepped away from in some senses of, like, if I just have the right amount of faith, and this specifically will happen if I doubt 1 minute, then immediately I'm going to lose everything because I had doubt. And, like, that's not... I've seen too many times where that has been not the case.
Yeah, and it can like create this almost like fear around talking to other people about the things that you're feeling. So you bottle them up instead of getting them out. So you're not, that's not a healthy thing to do, but you're doing it because you're afraid that talking about them will, you know, lead to you or be you doubting. You know, like if I talk about these feelings, then I'm doubting. And then so you just kind of keep things bottled in, you know, and I don't think that's good.
I wanna posit that faith is not the reason why. It is not some magical force that makes good things happen. I think that's one of the things I've had to unlearn. Like, I can't faith something into existence. I don't think, and I could be wrong on this, but I've not really seen it play out where if I had faith that I wasn't going to get sick, but God didn't tell me that I wasn't going to get sick. I just had faith that I wasn't, that I therefore did not get sick because I had faith that I wasn't going to get sick. Rather, it seems to be that faith, more specifically, is that God will do what he says he's going to do, and it is the force that allows me to function even though things don't seem to be working the way I expect it to. So what I mean by that is, like, if I'm super afraid, but I have faith that things are going to be okay, faith is the power necessary for me to move forward when my whole body wants to lock up and just go into depression or despair mode. And when I am discouraged and I feel like I'm getting nothing accomplished in life, faith is the strength necessary to continue to go forward even before I see results. Not necessarily, and I could be wrong. Maybe faith also has the ability to make something happen supernaturally. And I'm willing to believe that, and I think like there is some evidence for it, but I don't think it is all hinging upon, however, if it does work that way, I don't think it's hinging upon how much faith that I have in the moment, any given moment, because faith grows, and sometimes I feel like I have faith, and sometimes I don't feel like I have really any faith at all.
Yeah.
Because you have to grapple with the scripture verse that talks about if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, and you shall not doubt in your heart, you shall have whatever you say. So it's like, it's not a lot of faith, but if you have the slightest bit of faith that if I, am able to, say, I want this mountain not to be here, not to say that the mountain is literally going to pick itself up and cast itself into the ocean, but I do know that now we have dynamite and we can blast a hole through a mountain, and I feel like with time we'll probably have the technology to demolish and build mountains. And not only that, if you wait long enough, the tectonic plates will pull the mountain into the ocean eventually. So, obviously you can't wait that long because it's on time scales that we're not able to live, but,
Yeah.
Faith has definitely enabled people to keep pushing forward until they've obtained something that they were in faith about.
I'm not sure I followed you up at that last moment.
I think what I was essentially saying is faith has given people the ability to push forward and to accomplish a thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. Did I say that? Was that generally what I said? I think that's what was on my brain, at least.
Okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
It does. Yeah. Yep.
Zap is saying, I've started D&D, and it's just as confusing as I expect. Yeah, it can be pretty confusing at first, for sure.
Ooh, trying to get those rules down
Mm-hmm.
and like character creation. I remember how confusing it was. Yeah. But if there's even a part of you that enjoys it, stick with it. 'Cause,
Yes, it's rewarding.
It can be very rewarding.
Yes. I have faith that we can pollute the earth. Am I understanding this right? I mean, yeah, you can have faith that we will and can pollute the earth. And it's not to say that necessarily your faith that we can pollute the earth is going to be the reason why the earth gets polluted. But that is something that people do legitimately have more faith in than other things. Like, someone can say, I have faith that we can clean the earth, but then they have zero actions put in that direction. They don't really have faith that we can clean the earth. Like, because there's nothing that they're doing that is leading to that, faith comes with action. And it's not to say that, like, if you have no action on something that you have, zero faith at all, but it's just, it's not really there where you think it is. I'm gonna strive towards my goals of polluting the earth, work hard, get results. Okay.
You can do that.
You can pollute the earth.
Yeah, I believe you can.
This is something. Oh, sorry.
No, never mind.
I feel like I'm on a perpetual soapbox. This is something that I felt like God gave me a while back, and I wrote it down and shared it on Facebook. And I want to read it because this is kind of like part of the crux of like what I was thinking about for today's topic. I wrote, faith is the backbone and foundation to grab hold of things currently outside your understanding and capabilities. In fact, actually, I don't know why I'm reading this without actually showing it. Because I have a thing for that. Wow! Faith is the backbone and foundation to grab a hold of things currently outside your understanding and capabilities. Nothing worth having is obtained without faith, because it is the drive to keep up when things get rough, and the rich soil that strong hope is born. Hope requires foundation, otherwise is either weak or non-existent. And without hope, there is no room for love, because there is nothing to live for. We go through life hoping we have purpose, hoping we are valuable, hoping all our striving will lead to something. But if we have no hope, there is no reason to love, because value is lost. Love is lost, because life is just reduced to survival in a harsh and unforgiving world. Three things last forever: faith, hope, and love. And while the greatest of those three is love, it still starts with faith. If you're not willing to have faith, you will only ever have weak hope that leaves you with little room for love. And when something happens to destroy the weak hope you have, which has to be constantly upheld, wasting energy, you'll quickly find yourself without anything to stand on, and what little you have will be taken from you. Without faith, it is impossible to obtain anything of great importance. If you want to succeed, you must be willing to believe that there is something there that you cannot see, because the results are steadfast devotion, which makes it easy to hope. And with an abundance of hope, love is much more easier to have and give. And with that, if you're looking for a solid place to put your faith, put it in the existence of Jesus Christ. And there was more that I had to that. Facebook wrote a bigger post. Man wrote a Facebook post bigger than my college essay. It's going to be. Yeah, I like to write.
He likes the words.
I do like the words. I have been, like I said last time, getting back into creative writing, so there's always a lot of words in my head. I forgot to add chapters. Fair.
So I think maybe part of faith might be, or part of love has to include faith.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to like believe the best in someone, on a consistent basis, which they will let you down on a consistent basis.
Yes.
Right? 'Cause, like we're all humans. So yeah, you got to be able to like still have faith in this person as a part of love in order so you don't give up on them.
Yeah, like faith and love definitely go hand in hand. Because like if you don't have any faith in the person whatsoever, like it's gonna be hard to love them. And like also like to continue to grow closer to a person too. Like there's a decent amount of faith that has to be loaned towards them. Otherwise, it's very difficult to continue to trust them in order to get to like deeper friendship with them. Like the amount of times I've had to grow in faith that you and Tim and Eric were not going to just abandon me for me saying something that was unpopular or, you know, was uncomfortable, whatever. But because I was able to give you that faith that you were going to still be in my life and believe what you told me, like now we have a deeper friendship for it that I never thought was possible.
That's true, yeah. It's another part of it. It can be another part of it. Like, faith can help fill the cracks that insecurity creates.
Yeah. And I'll get to putting some shoes on in a moment, Zap, but I'm not ready to put shoes on. I don't need
shoes.
I'm not wearing shoes. Because I don't need shoes. I need, a barn. Priorities, okay?
It needs a barn.
I need the barn.
I want to make a campfire again.
Wait,
Campfire.
the way that was said makes me think about, it's corn! It's got the juice! Gosh.
I don't believe it does.
Oh, well, you haven't seen the video then.
You just don't know about corn.
You don't
it's
know.
the most wonderful thing.
It is.
Okay, listen. I was gonna let that slide, but you don't understand how much I love corn. All right.
Well, if you were a real corn lover, you would have already known about the corn meme.
Okay, so you just woke up and chose violence today, didn't you?
Are you attacking my character just because I exposed you? I'm gonna start using that. So you woke up today and cured violence, huh?
Now, I have a question.
Sure.
Because I love asking very simple questions that just examine simple aspects that can just provide a deeper meaning to things. In your guys' mind, or just in definition-wise, what is the difference between hope and faith?
So it's interesting because it's linked. Faith, hope, and love is all linked in the Bible, in the same place. Obviously separate, but definitely different. To me, hope, I get, whereas faith gives me the strength to, or at least the determination to do something. Hope kind of gives me the energy to move on with life and to move on and to like keep moving forward when I feel exhausted or I don't want to do something, or life is hitting me really, really, really hard and I don't know what to do. I hope for the better, and it gives me the strength to accomplish that. Whereas faith, it's more of like, it's the belief, it's the power. This is interesting. And if you have an more immediate thought, Dan, go for it. But I'm like pulling this one through because I'm like, it's I say one thing and then it hits me in a different way.
The difference between faith and hope. Again, I think it's a hard question. It's an easy question to ask, but a hard one to answer because the word faith and the word hope have so many different alternate meanings. You know, we use them in so many different contexts. You know, like you could say, "Oh, I hope this doesn't happen." It's like you're sort of you're almost like communicating that in a way you're kind of dreading, you're worrying about something, versus saying like I hope I get this job. You know, it's like that's like a anticipation of something, versus I feel hopeless, which is like a whole nother meaning, you know. So I don't know. It kind of depends on how you're using the word to like figure out what is the difference between these words. I don't think that's a satisfying answer, but that's what I think.
But it's a step in the direction, because like I hope that something is going to happen doesn't necessarily have faith behind it. Like, you can hope for something without actually having faith behind it. But I have hope this is going to happen does in a way also empower you to have faith too. Like it's cyclical if you let it be. So like if I have a hope that one day I'm going to be able to do thoughtraid as my full-time job. I don't have to cater to a retail store. It's not necessarily that I don't necessarily have faith that that's going to happen. That's just something that I want to see happen. But faith is that actual action step of moving out there and like taking steps towards that one day where I am like actually living out what I've hoped for. So if I have zero hope for something, I'm not really going to have faith for it either. But if I have hope for something, doesn't mean I'm also going to have faith too. So it is technically its own separate thing.
Yeah.
But it is similar too, because if I don't take a step out in faith on something, I'm not really going to be hoping either. And having hope for something does give me the strength to do something in faith. So it's like they both feed each other in a cycle, in a circle, in a words.
Yeah, I mean I agree with that. Like you're not gonna even attempt something without any hope of seeing it succeed, you know. But again, I don't know. It's almost like a slightly different definition of the word hope than the ones I even mentioned earlier. If I don't have any hope that something's going to succeed, I'm almost saying I don't expect it to. I have no reasonable expectation. You know, that's the definition of hope in that context, using it in that word sentence. So it's like these are, for some reason, in the English language, I don't know really what it's like in other languages, but in our language, it seems like we take these really complicated words or concepts, deep concepts that apply to every human being, and we like try to boil them down to a single word or a couple words, and like attach everything to those two words. It's kind of crazy.
So I'm looking up the actual definitions too, while we're at it, just to see what's out there. It's a noun, and it's also a verb. The noun is a feeling of expectation and desire for certain things to happen, and a archaic, apparently this is under the term of archaic, a feeling of trust. And as a verb, for something to happen or be the case. So you can hope for something and you're actively hoping. Faith, complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Strong belief in God or the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. Interesting how they define that. But complete trust or confidence in someone or something. I You
So
know,
they're both aspects of trust, just in different ways.
yeah, they're both aspects. I don't know if I would say faith is complete trust. But it is, at the very least, the willingness to trust. It can turn into complete trust. But I wouldn't call it complete trust or like total confidence. Unlike how this is defining it personally. Because it hasn't seemed to be the case. I can, again, definitely have faith in something, but that doesn't mean I completely trust it yet. Roscoe says, Brandon, I have the having lots of words in my head thing problem, and 200 characters in YouTube chat makes that difficult. Yes, I feel that. Have you ever done, thinking of that, and I don't know when you're actually going to hear this, because it looks like you're like at least 5 to 10 minutes behind, but no, you're definitely behind. I was gonna ask, have you ever done text RPG stuff? Like instead of just D&D, with like text RPG? Because if you're really good with words, then you might really enjoy something like that too.
Also, can someone sleep? I've been laying in this bed for like half an hour.
Oh, hold on, wait.
Oh shoot! Let me pull out my sleeping bag.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we're all gonna sleep through this night. There we go.
You know, it's definitely an interesting, subject. And for me, if we're going back to that like mustard seed analogy with faith, I feel like if faith is the seed, then maybe hope is the water. I don't know though.
Hope might be the soil. It's almost like you can't even plant the seed without hope, So it's like it's the thing that needs to exist before faith can.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, I'm like sitting here like thinking that over.
Dude, I've been struggling with this mechanical mixer for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Hold on, I'm coming. I'm gonna save the day. Don't worry.
I don't understand.
Have hope and faith that it can be solved.
Well, now that you're on the way, I actually do have both. But good lord, what am I?
Oh gosh, there's a zombie and a skeleton in between you and the house.
Well, if I recall, I think the mixer needs the blaze, right? The little blaze heater thing.
Well, it looks like it's heated. I mean, let me see here. Let me do I'm powering it. Yes. You put the ingredients in. Yes. And then it's supposed to go. Maybe I'm not going. Maybe it needs to be faster. But that's like a whole thing that I don't have time to solve tonight.
I have faith that we will at some point.
Yes.
Yes.
At some point tonight, or
No, just in general.
yeah. Let's see.
Because I'm definitely getting to the place where I'm ready to eat something.
I think that may be the thing. I think it may just not have enough speed or something, which is kind of annoying. Because I got this hand crank, but I can only crank so much.
Yeah, it might have something to do with that too. I know eventually you also can even make like a machine to make that happen even faster. Ow!
Just give me a high five.
Oh, thanks. Why does it hurt?
Because I gave you one in the face.
Oh, thanks. High five to the face. Ow.
Please, Father.
I need to make. Last thing I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna be making a some little pens for the animals individually in the barn, and then I'll be done.
Wow.
Alright, what, oh god. Where is it?
Huh? What?
What am I looking for?
Well, it's up. It's up at the top level there. You'll see what is very obviously a mixer. All right. I guess I need this. Hold on, I need small cog wheels. Small. Oh no! I made 1 billion shafts.
Oh God. Jeez, I was going for the cogwheels and instead I got 1 billion shafts. Gosh. When it pours, it rains.
It's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be so good.
I think I got that backwards. When it rains, it pours.
When it pours, it pours.
When it pours, it pours.
Oopsie. This cogwheel is going nuts.
Now, there you go.
Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Let's see. I need to verticalize
Ugh.
one of these boys.
I need to get this dumb bot out of here. Hold on a second. I got this.
So what are you trying to make in the mixer?
Report.
Just some brass.
Brass?
Report.
Brass. Yeah, just a little bit of brass. So
Get rid of
I
that.
can have
Yeah,
myself
you
good
need
time.
Oops, I
a
did not want to
blaze
do that.
burner. You said.
I did not want to
what?
do that. There we go.
So you need to
What?
go to the nether, and you need to capture a blaze in a little blaze cage thing.
I refuse to believe that's the only way.
It is the way.
That bot is gone. Unfortunately, his text will live on in my little side thing until enough things are said. But at least the bot is gone.
Best adult dating site? White Heart? Point at best adult dating site? Yellow woman?
Yellow woman. Oh gosh.
Ah, look, that's a
Yeah.
backpack there.
I found it in a chest. You can have it.
Ah, well, thanks. Wow.
How sweet.
What am I gonna do with this? Obtainable in mine shafts. Hold shift for special ability description. Ability available for item? What does that mean?
Wait, it has abilities?
No, you hold. It says hold shifts for special ability description, and then when I do it, it says ability available for item, and I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
How do I do a thing with it?
Oh wait, provide scene in the dark. Batman, Batman, Batman.
Am
What?
That's the description of it. So I guess it gives you night vision if you put it on? Question mark?
I guess that
don't
would
know.
make sense.
Oh no! I didn't put the cogwheel right.
I mean, if that's the case, I kind of might want it back. But it's too late. I already gave it as a gift.
You can take it.
No, it's too late. I already gave it as a gift. I can't renege a gift. No.
Hey, Axeman.
Yeah.
I just found this backpack lying on the floor.
Oh, you did? You did?
Of my base, and
Jeez.
oh god,
Oh god.
no.
I refuse.
Yeah, I guess. But the
Jeez.
thing is, like, I can still drop it next to your gravestone there.
Well, what you do with the gift is not my,
Yep.
it's
there
not
it
within
is.
my wish.
That was a perfect throw.
I wish I was recording it. Unfortunately, was showing
Yeah,
my
you-
barn in the process.
No, you're on my screen.
Oh, good.
Oh, I got a shift like.
I have a question for whoever wants to share. What are some things that have happened that have built your faith up? Situations you've gone through, answers, prayers, etc. Question from Roscoe.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Well, the woman I'm married to is really great, and I didn't think that was gonna happen. And like, that's not a. What? Why did I lose speed? God, I'm so confused. Anyway, I just did not expect that. I didn't think that was ever gonna happen in my life. And then it did. I was like, wow, God, you maybe you do like me.
Man. Yeah, marriage. So things that have increased my faith. I think one of the biggest things that increased my faith was the time that you and I, Dan, were together, and this was before your wife. This was with another person that you were dating at the time, and we were together in a class with Julian, and it was and our veteran friend Bren Keith, and he at the time was resistant to speaking in tongues in the spirit, and all of a sudden he just decided to just like, you know what, I'm gonna speak in tongues. I don't know what made him decide to do that, but he did. And when he did, because the topic was about speaking in tongues, that was what the class was. It was probably like the anointing or something. I forgot the name of the class exactly. Either way, when he began to speak in tongues, that's not what I wanted. The whole class started like laughing really hard, uncontrollably, and couldn't stop. And they also could simultaneously not leave unless they prayed in tongues. Like, I just remember that specifically. Like, anytime they would not pray in tongues, they would laugh and they would hit the floor. And that would be the end of their movement. But the people that were slowly being able to leave were the ones that were praying in tongues. And so, eventually, all that was left in the room was you and me, your ex, and Micah. And, I think Derek was down the hall and he was playing guitar. And Micah came over top of me and just started saying, "Fire!" And every time he would say fire, I would just stretch out my arms in opposite directions as if I was being pulled from both sides, like this. And I was screamed at the top of my lungs uncontrollably. It wasn't something that I was, like, trying to do. It just was happening. And it felt like I was being squished, but I didn't feel any pain. And then, like, the more that happened, the more I felt like I was gonna die if it didn't stop. But eventually it did stop. And that happened, like, twice, like, on the same day. Like, he did that, he stopped. And then I tried to sit up, and when I tried to sit up, like, it took me a whole lot of, like, it was like I was magnetized to the floor. And I couldn't stand. And then or not, forget standing, I couldn't even sit up. And then eventually I managed to sit up. And then God was like, "You've got jealousy towards Dan, you need to apologize to him." So I did. And then you were like, I was like, "Well, now what?" And you were like, "Well, did God tell you to do anything else?" And I was like, "Nope." And I laid back down, and Micah came back, and it was round 2 of that. And then when it was all said and done, I felt closest to God I'd ever felt up to that point. And I knew exactly what was going to happen for, like, the next 2 hours or so. I just knew that Mom was coming. I knew that she was bringing food. I knew that I wasn't able to get off the floor until she got there. And all that stuff happened exactly as I predicted it was going to happen. And, like, that was a very big faith-building moment for me, of where it's just like, yeah, God's real. Like, there's no way. I was not trying to make that happen. I don't think it was mass hysteria. It's just something very weird and random that happened that I cannot... And I tried, and further to solidify my faith, I tried to replicate that, and I could not replicate that whatsoever. It has never happened like that before or since. So that's definitely one thing. And also, like, there's been, like, just everything that's happened from 2022 forward, or 2020 forward, has been another faith-building thing, because God kind of shared with me that the sovereignty of America was going to be tested, but he was going to protect us physically and financially. Well, us meaning me and those close to me, friends and family. And so far, that has been, like, slowly happening. It's still not come to completion yet, because we still haven't really been tested, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're not that far off from a nuclear holocaust. So, there's that. And in a more interesting way about that You're saying one of my friends gets hit with the Holy Spirit really, really hard, and his arms kind of go into a T-Rex position. Just like... Yeah.
Yeah, also, yes, I am married now.
Yep. Did you
Her
not...
name's Haley. She's great.
Oh. Update. I'm married.
I put on the backpack and I don't know how to access it.
I think it's B, unless you have to rebind it in the controls.
B. B brings up a waypoint menu.
You might have to rebind it.
Oh, that doesn't go there. That goes there. Add that pumpkin in. I didn't know if I had pumpkins or not. I guess I did. Now I have one more.
Woo!
Do you have any particular examples that you want to share before we close it out here, Axe?
Of things that rose my face.
Your faith? Your face?
Your faith? Same thing. Man, I don't have any good stories like you guys have. I can only think of the times it's been lowered, too.
Oh, Illagers. Right on down there. I thought that was seeing someone walk by. Nope, that's an Illager. Hello.
Nah, I can't think of anything.
That's fine. Let me get back to the house where it's safe, so I can end it and not having to worry about being shot.
Blaze. Dang it, Blaze.
Oh. Roscoe says, I did know that he was married. I tried to text Dan way back when, but I don't know if I had his number right at the time. But I was super happy for him and still am.
Oh, well, thank you.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm at a good spot. Let's go. Here. Alright. Cool. And... Alright, well, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed this stream, make sure to like it and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification button as well, so that you can know when we go live again next, which will be tomorrow. We'll be playing some more games, probably Sea of Thieves, possibly Overwatch, but probably Sea of Thieves if I were to guess, or maybe some more Terraria. Actually, might even do Terraria, because then we can actually have that crowd control mod thing working, which would be fun. Anyways, to be a part of that, to know when we go live, make sure to follow us on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, because we also have something for that too. So we'd love to have you join us, and we're glad that you've been a part of this the whole time. Thank you for joining us, Roscoe and Zap, and for the new people that came on too. I'm grateful for that. So, with that said, we broadcast every week on Monday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be live again tomorrow at 7. You'll definitely want to be there. Thank you guys for joining again, and you have a good night.
I see a potential in my eyes. I see a potential. I never lost sight of the reason why you're alive. You're alive. You're alive. We sing Jesus.